Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I,
Good afternoon, sir.
I welcome all of you to the lecture Advanced Software Engineering and Technology. Is this presentation visible to you?
No, sir.
No, no, no.
No.
Now, is it visible to you?
Yes, yes, yes.
In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about an overview of requirement elicitation. Requirement elicitation. In this, we will learn the requirement elicitation concept, functional requirement, non-functional requirement, completeness, consistency, clarity and correctness, realism, verifiability and traceability, greenfield engineering, re-engineering and interface engineering we will see. So requirement elicitation about the communication among the developer, client and user to define a new system. Failure to communicate and understand each other domain result in a system that is difficult to use or simply fail to support the user's work. So this is important. Error introduced during the requirement elicitation are expensive to correct as they are usually discovered later in the process, often as late as delivery. So such error include missing functionality that the system should have supported, functionality that was incorrectly specified, user interface that are misleading or unusable, or absolute functionality. So at the time of requirement elicitation we have to take a proper requirement, though that is will not get errors and we will not suffer to loss expensive software, loss expensive functionalities. We will lose expensive functionalities if we acquire a limited information from client, and after software development he don't need our software like that. If happen, then that will very expensive, very dangerous to us. We will lose there very much. Requirement elicitation method aim at improving communication among the developer, client and user. We are learning in this the communication, how to communicate in between developer, client side and the user sides. Developer construct a model, the application domain, by observing users and their environment. We have to develop as a developer one a complete model by observing the users, company users environment, how their work is going in the users company. All that we have to understand, we have to observe, and accordingly we have to develop the model. Developer select a representation that is ununderstandable by the client and user. So after that we have to create the use cases, scenarios, and developer validate the application domain model by constructing simple prototype of a user interface and collecting feedback from the potential users. Once you have collected use cases and scenario, After that, we have to develop a prototype model, and by simulating that prototype model, by showing that prototype model to our client, to our user, we have to take the feedback from customer, from user, from client, which we have given this prototype, which we will be provide software support to them. From them we have to take the feedback, we have to take the potentials from that prototype model, from potential user. For example, simple prototype is the layout of user interface with menu item and buttons. The potential user can manipulate the menu items and buttons to get a feeling for uses of software system, but there is no actual response after the button are click, because the required functionality is not implemented. We have to design a model, prototype model. There should some buttons, so user can see the buttons layout, how the buttons will look like. If he click on that button, there nothing will happen, but we have to design the prototype model for understanding purpose to the users. Requirement elicitation focus on describing the purpose of system. For describing the system, we are focusing in this chapter requirement elicitation. The client, developer and user identify the problem area and define system that address the problem. We are learning how to developer will acquire the information, how user will give information to developer, how there will be the solution for the problem from developer side as well as from user side. To improve the communication, we are using this requirement elicitation chapter. Such a definition is called as requirement specification, or serves as a contract between the client and the developer. Requirement specification is serve as a contract in between developer and client. The requirement specification is structured and formulated during the analysis to produce an analysis model. There one figure is given, in that we will see both requirement specification and analysis model represent the same information. Requirement specification is the contract between client and developer. Okay, that is formalized during the analysis, and both requirement specification and analysis model represent the same information. The differ only is the language and notation they use. The requirement specification is written in the natural language. Requirement specification is written in natural language, whereas the analysis model is usually expressed in the formal or semi-formal notation. We can write a software specification, requirement specification in English language, in our natural language, but analysis model we will write with the help of some notation. We will use their line, circle, rectangle, like that. The requirement specification support the communication between the client and user. The analysis model support the communication among the developer. Is it understanding? Yes, Jyoti? Hello?
Yes, Suresh.
Requirement specification support the communication with the client and user. Okay, we will communicate with client and user. They will understand requirement specification, what information we have collected from them. But the analysis model support the communication among the developers. Once requirement elicitation engineer acquired information from client, After that we will create the analysis model, and that analysis model will help to the all developers, design engineer, manager, all will understand that model, how much configuration is there, how much system will require there in the software, and which is the environment, is there required camera, all that information will understand to the developer by the analysis model. This is the difference in between specification requirement specification and analysis model. They are both model of the system in the scene that they attempt to represent accurately the external aspect of the system. Means these both model system in the scene that they attempt. In same scene we will create this model. In same environment we will create this model and represent accurately the external aspect of the system, how system will be. With the basis of this requirement specification and the analysis model, we will be able to show how the software will be. Okay, given that both model represent the same aspect of the system, requirement elicitation and analysis occur concurrently and iteratively. This is the concurrent and iterative method to acquire the requirement for both model. Same information we will use for analysis purpose, which we have acquired, which we have written into the requirement specification. Requirement elicitation and analysis focus on only on the user's view of the system. We will only focus on the user's view, how the software will be. We are only focused on the user's view. For example, the system functionality, the interaction between the user and the system, the errors that the system can detect and handle, and the environment condition in which a system functions are part of the requirement. The system structure, the implementation technology select to build the system design, the development methodology, and other aspects not directly visible to the user are not part of the requirement. Just some requirement system functions we will show to the user how system will be work, but the errors detected into the system, how that will be handled, and the environment condition which the system functions are part of the requirement, the system structure. From this system structure, this is only for the developer will be think about that, how implement the technology into that, as well as how system we have to design. The developer's methodology and other aspect are not directly affect to not directly visible to the client, to the user, but we have to show the functionality of a software, how software will be work, in which condition, in which environment that software will be work, means how much configured system is required for install the software, means which RAM we required, which processor we required, which camera we required. All that environment we have to explain to the user, but not methodology, in which method we will implement this. You see the figure 4.1, product of requirement elicitation and analysis, UML activity diagram. This is the UML activity diagram. In this diagram, the analysis is given. first the problem statement. First is the problem statement, and then requirement elicitation. You see, the requirement specification consists of non-functional requirement as well as the functional model. This we have to sign with the user, with the client. As a developer, we have to make contract. We have to create a contract and give client a specification, which specification required for this software, as well as functional and non-functional things. And in the requirement elicitation, we will acquire the information on the basis of problem statement, and we will acquire non-functional requirement. We will acquire functional model also, and then after this specification requirement, we will make the analysis, and analysis model will be dynamic model or analysis object model. Dynamic model, we can make changes in that model. We can add the model component, we can remove the model's component. In analysis object model, there will be some object model that make the analysis about our software. We will design the object like that. That object will make analysis. Now suppose we are using this computer, and similar type, suppose we want to make calculation, we can use the calculator from this computer. There is a inbuilt application software given with the special software, that is a system software. In Windows system software, there is calculator. Calculator is a special software, we can say that is application software. We can use that in many purpose. Similarly, we have to design the object for make the analysis. Suppose we have 100 employee, okay, and in this month from 100 employee there were suppose 5 employee absent. Then how much payment we have to disburse to all employee, that we want to make the analysis. For that, there should be a separate object analysis model to analyze that. We have to do in analysis model. This is the difference in specification, requirement specification and analysis model, but both are based on the requirement elicitation. We use same environment, same information to design the analysis model. Is there any question, any doubt? Did you understood? Do you have any problem? Yes, Ashia.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
One more time to explain diagram, sir.
Diagram.
Yes, sir.
This is the diagram of activity diagram. We can say activity diagram. For what we have designed this? Requirement elicitation. For taking the information from client, we have designed this diagram. First is the problem statement. In problem statement, we will take the we will visit to client. Okay, after visiting we will observe their environment, and according to their environment, according to their company function, according to their company work, we will design the problem. What he need, we will design like that problem. Okay, after that, to solving that problem, we will take the information from client, we will take information from user. Suppose there is a client, who is a owner of company. Okay, and there are some employee. Suppose there are some employee working the owner under the owner of company, and they are working on some computers. So they will be the user. We will acquire information from user as well as from client. Client and user may be same or may be different. Client may be a company owner and software user may be the company's employee. So we will acquire the information from company owner, we will acquire the information from company employee. Okay, after that we will observe how much computers are there, how much employees are there, how much productions are there, how much shifts are there for working, means time, uh, how much holidays are there, and which the size of company. All that we will acquire, we will elicitate all that information, and after that we will make some requirement specification. We will make one document, and in that document we will write the non-functional requirement. What is the non-functional requirement of our software? According to requirement which we have collected from client, we will design our non-functional requirement information, as well as we will design the functional model. We will design functional model, how software will be. We will design prototype model, how much functions will be there, how much computer will be connected to our software, how much camera will be connected to our software, how much data we will store into our software, how much employee will be there. All that informations functions model we will design, and after that we will make the agreement in between our company and the client's company. All this information we will provide to him. We will tell him at this level, we will tell to the user about our software functions, how the functions will be. Okay, after that we will try to analysis, we will make analysis after this requirement elicitation, functional requirement and the non-functional requirement. We will make analysis. This is the developer parts. This is developer and client's part, developer and users part, and after that this is the part of developer and their employee, developer and the engineers. This is the methodology. Through this methodology we will implement all these non-functional and functional requirement. We will make analysis how much dynamic model we required. We will make some analysis object model, how much object we required separate from this software, how much uh, how much big software we have to design. We will take the we will do the analysis, and suppose our software is getting very complex, very big, then we will make there a separate object model, and whenever clients need that, client will connect that object to their software. When it is not required, then that time he will not connect that separate software to the software. Means we will make a models, object oriented models into the analysis level, and after that we will design and deploy, implementation, all that. Is it clear now? Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Requirement elicitation includes following points. Identifying actors. First we have to identify the actors at the time of requirement elicitation. At the time of requirement gathering, we will find the actors, how much actors are there in that environment. During this activity, developer identify the different type of user. The future system will support to all that users. Different type of users means different type of a actor. We can say users is the actor. We will identify users, how much users will be work on our software. All these will be the actors. Then identifying scenarios. During the this activity, developer observe user and develop a set of detailed scenario for typical functionality provided by the future system. Scenario are concrete example of the future system in use. Developers use these scenario to communicate with the user and deepen their understanding of the application domain. Scenario, we will identify the scenario means how much object will be there in the requirement which we have collected from the client. We will make scenario there, different type of a scenario according to the company's function, and we will give a concrete software with the basis of this scenario, because how software will be work, the future of that we can show with the help of scenario. We will write one scenario, suppose for data entry. Suppose we want to recruit the employee in our bank, and we are suppose going to design the bank software. In that bank software, recruitment application means recruitment application form we will design. That will be the separate scenario, separate story. After that, suppose we want to find out how much asset we have, how much benefit, how much profit we got in this month. This is the separate scenario in software. How much employee we have in our company, this is separate scenario. How much customer joined our bank, this is separate scenario. How much interest we are paying to the FD, fixed deposit, that is separate scenario. All that scenario we have to observe before development of the software into the environment with communicating to the client. This is the requirement elicitation. This is the point of requirement elicitation, observing the scenarios. Is it understand? Then identifying use cases. Once developer and user agree on the set of scenarios, suppose we have told to the client, to our software user, these are the scenarios, this much functions will be there into the software. After that, developer derive from the scenario a set of use cases that completely represent the future system. In morning practical, we seen some use cases. After that, use cases is the abstraction of scenario. Is it understanding?
Yes, sir.
Ashwini?
Yes, sir.
Use cases is the abstraction of scenario. Do you understand meaning of this sentence? My sentence is scenario, use cases is abstraction of scenario. Okay? Use cases is abstraction of scenario. What is the scenario? What is the story? The name of that story will be the use cases. Okay? Whereas scenario,
Yes.
okay, yes, do you understood? Identifying use cases. Once developer and user agree on set of scenarios, developers deliver for the scenario a set of use cases that completely represent the future system. Whereas scenario are concrete example of illustrating a single case. Use cases are abstraction of describing all possible use all possible cases. When describing use cases, developer determine the scope of the system, how software, how system will be, all the scope of a system we can describe by these use cases. Is it clear? Is it understood? Do you have any
Yes,
problem
sir.
on use cases?
Yes, sir.
Then next is the refining use cases. These are the requirement elicitation step. Refining use cases. During this activity, developer ensure that the requirement specification is complete by detailing each use cases and describing the behavior of system in the presence of error and exceptional conditions. In refining use cases, we will find the errors, and how we will find? With discussing to the client. Once you design the use cases, you have to explain that use cases to the client. We will explain that to the user, and in between that discussion, user and developer, we will get some errors. If there is error, there is communication gap, we have to remove that gap. That is the use cases refining. During this activity, developer ensure that the requirement specification is complete by determining each use case and describing the behavior of system in presence of error and exceptional conditions. In previous example, we seen here, you see, in this requirement specification, we have acquired the non-functional requirement as well as we have elicited functional requirement. On the basis of this requirement specification, we have to refine our use cases. Is there some remaining, or we have fulfilled all these? We have to collect in this step if there is something remaining. Then identifying relationship among the use cases. This is also requirement elicitation, identifying the relationship in between use cases. During this activity, developer identify the dependencies among the use cases. Which use case is depends upon which use case. That relationship, that dependencies we have to find here in this relationship, identifying relationship step. They also consolidated the use cases model by factoring out common functionality. This ensures that the requirement specification is consistent. Requirement specification, we have decided, we have agreed with user in requirement specification. In that, we will find the some use cases, which use cases depends upon which use case, and then suppose there are some common functionality of use cases are there, then to that we will create the relationship to the common use cases. In morning's practical we discuss one ATM example. We drawn one diagram. In that diagram there was one actor. There were 4 actors, okay, and audit and computer. There was last actor, that was central computer. Central computer were connected to the user audit as well as to the ATM machine. Means there one use case is common. Which one? Central computer is common. Just a minute. In morning we have designed one use case, ATM, and another one use case was audit. Now you see here one actor, that is customer. Customer is associated to ATM and central computer. This is another actor, central computer. This is associated to the audit as well as the ATM machine, central computer. We seen this diagram in morning's practical. So this use case is the these actors doing common things, audit as well as the ATM functions. So we have to identify the relationship, which relationship is there in between this actor, customer and the ATM machine, like this. Then identifying non-functional requirement. How we have to identify the non-functional requirement? During this activity, developers, users and clients agree on aspects that are visible to the user but not directly related to the functionality. These include constraint of the performance of system, its documentation, the resources it's consume, its security and its quality. All these are the non-functional things. Developer, just a minute. During this non-functional requirement, developer, user and client agree on aspect of visible things. In software there are some things that are just for visibility, just for non-functional, means help. In software there is a help button, there is just information about the software requirement, software specification, okay. That information is not the functional thing for the software. What are the functional thing in software? In file menu there are some new, open, edit, like that buttons if included, that all are the functional things. Then we have to agree with client, with user about the non-functional requirement of the software, which are the functional requirement and which are the non-functional requirement. Means this function, this document, this technical help is not useful into the software, just for the information purpose. Means the rules how this software is used, that rules are the non-functional requirement. It may be documents or resources or security. Suppose antivirus is required for software, or antivirus want to disable at the time of installing software, that is the non-functional things. Okay, how much non-functional things are given here? Document, system performance, faster, slower, is the non-functional things. Rules of the software using, how we will use software, that rules are the non-functional things. And the quality of software is also non-functional things. We have to identify the non-functional requirement at the time of requirement elicitation. Do you have any problem, any doubt on this point? Yes.
No, sir.
Any question related to this point you can ask. Identifying scenario, use cases, refining use cases, identifying relationship among the use cases, identifying non-functional requirement. Yes. Jyoti.
No, sir.
Ashwini. Suraj.
No, sir.
Abhijit. Rahul.
No, sir.
Then during the requirement elicitation, developer access many different sources of information, including client supplied document. Client will supply document, we have to use that about the application domain, manual and technical document of the legacy system that the future system will replace, and most important, the user and client themselves. Developer interact the most with user and client during the requirement elicitation. We focus on two methods for eliciting information, making decision with user and client, and managing dependencies among the requirement and other artifacts. These two points we have to focus, making decision and managing dependencies. During this requirement elicitation, we have to access various information from the client. Client will be provide us some documentation, previous history about their company, how their work is going, and the current information he will provide us in the form of a document as well, about the application domain, how we will design the application. Related to that, some technical legacy will give us, and we have to design, we have to replace that in our system. According to their need, we have to give a new software. At the time, we have to focus on two methods, making decision as well as managing dependencies. How our software will be, how much dependencies will be there, means their required computer or their required mobile or their required camera, all that dependencies we will manage into the software development, and also we will make the decision For that there is a joint application design, JAD. This is the team focus on building a consensus among the developer, user and the client by jointly developing the requirement specification. We will reach with our team at the user's location, and we will collect information from user, from client and from our employee. That is the JAD, joint application design. And after that we will jointly developing the requirement specification. How software will be, that agreements document we will make, means requirement specification we will make. Who will design requirement specification? There will be question, there may be a question, who will design the requirement specification? Then we have to say joint application design, focus on building the consensus among the developer, user and client. Developer, user and client, all these people will jointly develop the requirement specification. This is the answer for that question. Then traceability. Traceability focus on recording, structuring, linking, grouping and maintaining dependencies among the requirement and between the requirement and other work product. We will focus on the record, how the structure will be, how the links will be, how we will make the group in between multiple use cases, and how we will be maintain the dependencies. One use case will depends upon another use case, that dependencies we will maintain among the requirement and between the requirement, how much actors will be there, how much use cases will be there, how much scenarios will be there, all we will trace. In this traceability we will trace, once you design all that model, we will trace is we have done is proper or not, is we have constructed model is proper or not. We have to traceability, we have to focus on the all that structure and also on other product. Then functional requirement. Functional requirement describe the interaction between the system and the environment independent of its implementation. The environment include the users and any other external system with which the system interact. For example, there is one figure 4.2 is an example of functional requirement for satellite watch, sat watch, a watch that reset itself without user intervention. This is satellite watch, and that is itself reset. But some our watch is we want to reset manually, but this satellite watch reset itself if we change the time zone. Suppose we went at America, then their time is different, and suppose we have a simple watch in our hand, we have to set the time according to their time, but this satellite watch automatically reset. Their example is given below in this figure that is given. But before that, if you have any doubt on non-functional requirement as well as all these point: identifying scenario, identifying use cases, refining use cases, identifying relationship among the use cases, identifying non-functional requirement, and during requirement relationship, JDE application, JDE, JAD, and traceability. Do you have any doubt, any question on this joint application development, JAD and traceability? You can ask me question. In next lecture we will discuss about the non-functional things. In functional things. Do you have any doubt, any question on this point? You can ask. Ashwini?
Yeah.
Do you have any question on traceability, joint application design,
No, sir.
identifying non-functional requirement, identifying relationship among the use cases, refining use cases, identifying use cases, scenario? You can ask.
No, sir. No question.
Abhijit? Ashia?
Sir.
No, sir.
Jyoti? Mayuri? Padmashri? Rahul?
No, sir.
Swati Sonone, do you have any question on this point? You can ask me question.
No, sir. No questions.
Then okay, we will stop here.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Okay, sir. Same to you, sir.
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You can leave now.